Hey everybody, welcome back. Yvonne Wakefield, author of Babe in the Woods. This is our Sink Tale episodes where I just talk a little bit about my life. So last week, before I read from the books, I said, I just bought this little teeny baby chainsaw because I'm going up to the cabin and I needed to do some work down at the creek and I didn't want to use my big full-size chainsaw. But I'm just going to jump back a little bit. This is a picture of me when I was 19. My chainsaw bar was 24 inches. I used this for a couple years, and then later I switched out when I was building the second log cabin, which you'll read about in Babe in the Woods self-portrait. I switched out to a 20-inch bar. So with amazement, last week, I was up at the cabin with a 6-inch bar. When I bought this thing, I did just a teeny bit of research because I didn't want to bring a big chainsaw into these really enclosed spaces. So I Googled this and I found this one called Tietoc. And when it came, I went, oh, this is like a baby toy. This is a Hello Kitty chainsaw. And so I put the pieces together, and the one problem with this is they said, put lubricating oil in here. Well, they didn't say what kind of lubricating oil. So I emailed the Amazon place, and they didn't tell me. So I went, lubricating oil. Well, that could be olive oil, that could be canola oil. And I went to a big chainsaw place with my little baby chainsaw. I said, what should I use in this? And they said, just your regular chainsaw bar oil. So when I was up at the cabin, I had this big half-gallon thing of chainsaw oil, bar oil, and I put it in here. So then the truth came, is this baby gonna work for me? So I took it down to the creek and started it up. Hup. Oh, you gotta put the battery in. Oh, so that's the thing. This is the first time ever I used a battery-powered tool at the cabin. I have battery flashlights, but I've never used a battery tool. So I'm going down to the creek and I go, there's some sawdust coming out of it. So I went, oh, this is working really good because usually I use like a little handsaw and some clippers. By 20 minutes, you're all cramped up like this. So this is going so well. One of my philosophies is when I work in the woods, after a while I stop cutting so I can clear out what I cut. So I did that. And so the next day I went, I'm sawing again and I'm having a great time. So I'm down at the creek, holding on to this about 5-inch thing, and I'm sawing, and it goes through, and I go, wah! Because it gives away. And I went, if I didn't have such good core strength, I would have been backwards in the creek. So I always use total precaution when I'm using my chainsaw. Recently, I've started to wear one of those helmets with the thing, and I always wear safety goggles if I'm working. This little Tietoc thing comes with kind of baby things, but I wear the heavy duty industrial, and it came with a pair of these little flimsy things, but I wear heavy duty leather ones. So anyway, I just want to say this was a real different direction for me to take. Anyone can use it. Oh, the other thing I was saying, it comes with 2 batteries. Tietoc. I was out in the woods, I don't know, for at least 4 hours, and I didn't even run down the one battery. So anyway, it was a revelation for me. See you next week, and as always, stay hydrated. Bye-bye.